But I'm just digging my own grave here. They want 100%. Ah, they want a little less than 100% now. Probably because I'm throwing an occupation down on them, or trying to. But nah, they're just coming for me. Again and again. Funny that. Very funny that. They're happy for me to release Denmark. And that is going to save my bacon. It's going to save my bacon in a very big way. After that, I can just give up a few provinces, preferably Polish provinces. Yeah, I can give up a few of those. Maybe not my vassals' provinces, that's a bit harsh. Let's clear through that again. You're not about to engage me the next day, are you? Because that makes a difference. 6th. Alright. So times are grim. Times are very grim indeed for Greater Denmark, but there's always a way out. And that way out is, funnily enough, Denmark. I'm going to give up a couple of provinces while we're at it, because we're not going to lose cores on things we simply give. And then we're going to go, okay, that's fine. Ouch. Pretty painful for us. But there's something important about this. 1, goodbye aggressive expansion. Goodbye almost all my aggressive expansion. And 2, what did I lose? Not my cores on Denmark. Certainly lost my manpower, but let's do this. Denmark. I'd love to break truce and just gobble you up, but it's not going to go down that way. So how did that hurt our income? Probably quite a lot, because we no longer dominate Lübeck quite as hard as we did, but there we go. Lesser Denmark is indeed back on the map, but we're still alive, and we are still going to thrive. Gonna bunch up all my mercs there, grab you folks, divide you into the stacks that you should be, and get you back into position. Actually, to be honest, the mercs can probably go away entirely. It's gonna take a wee while for our men to get back, but we're okay. As long as we can keep going, we're fine. Jake, truce break Denmark, you know you want to. Well, I do want to, but I'm so glad I've lost my coalition. We'll be A-okay. We have that truce with Denmark for 15 years. In 15 years they are going to have to go. But we're still in this war with Russia, together with the Ottomans. The Ottomans surprisingly being pushed back here. I do want to contribute. And I don't want to lose. So all those people that had the coalition against us, we're not able to threaten war on them anymore. But at least the coalition is gone. Aragon, were you in all that? To shreds, you say? You know, I still want these provinces. Ugh, you're allied with Tuscany. Of course you are. Good old Tuscany getting in my way all day and every day. Losing those provinces kind of hurt me. Not sure if they hurt me in the power projection or if I just haven't been gaining enough of it lately. But still, Russia now have to turn their attention. And so do we. We can't really blockade them here, but there are other things we can do here. Gonna grab you, grab you. It's nice to get our 2 siege king on the go. It's risky because he could die. But sometimes risk is worth it. Jake, is now finally the time to take Bremen. We're coming up for time to take Bremen. Someday, maybe. That's all I can promise. Kielwa's going to have to go down eventually. The claims matter not, really. A slight discount on coring is not something I'm going to be crying over, but... you know what, why not? It's not like my friends are doing anything better. Hold on, weren't we allied? And no, I'm not white piecing Russia. I want a piece of Russian ass here. Can you still war deck England? England was not part of the coalition and they will be war decked. Believe me. Why would I lie to you? So I'm keeping this here so that the Russians cannot pass this way, and then I'm going to try my damnedest to actually secure a province for myself from Russia. So that when my good friend pieces out and gives it all to me, well, they might give it all to me. No need for more war taxes, at least we got this situation under control. To a degree. I'm gonna miss all that manpower. Hey, nobility, I need some levies. Ka-ching. But you guys are alright, how would you like a diet? You guys are alright too. Do I really want to seek their support though? Yeah, I think I do. That recruited guy doesn't last forever. And I want that tax. Don't really mind too much about this. I'll give you monopoly charters. There we go. Greater Denmark is back on the scene. Nobody's taken us down. Who knows, we might just grab a province out of all this. Might. Jake, why did you give up on Denmark? Got sick of the Danes? There was very little to help us out there. And as for revanchism, we have a little bit of it, but not much. Castilian de la Plata constantly surging into debt, into bankruptcy there. Hey, you've not been getting all those claims on Holland. I kind of want Holland to be gone, but... to be honest, we might actually struggle on the Ideas Guy achievement, which would be quite funny. In a not terribly funny kind of way. Syracuse, important site for a colony that it is, needs to abide by our rules. Why did you ally Denmark, Jake? I didn't ally Denmark, I allied Ottomans. And if I didn't ally the Ottomans, then I've done something terribly wrong. But no, things are looking okay here. I doubt that we're going to get the provinces we want out of Russia. Of course not. But what is very sad is that Russia is allied with France. That's going to make it extremely hard to get what we want off of Russia. Since France is a beast, thank goodness they weren't attacking us and all that. And now we have a truce with half the world, which is a shame for expansion, because we need to expand pretty badly, or else we're in a lot of trouble. Tunis, your friends, the Ottomans, won't help you out anymore. Really though, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking to secure that English Channel trade, somehow. I wonder, was there anybody in the HRE that didn't just fight me? Well, there was the Pope, but the Pope has a lot of land there. Jake, that alliance with France is just in the spirit of the game. Yeah, you got that right. So Tuscany is slightly less of a threat now, but still, if they weren't in that coalition war, it would have been a completely different story. At least we keep all of our cores. Denmark has to go. Oldenburg has to get inside of us. Oldenburg are actually making half decent money on this trade node, which I wouldn't mind making myself. And damn, Mogadishu was meant to be mine at a later date. They will still, though. Their alliance with Kaffa is terrifying, but I'm sure the Ottomans will help us out in our time of need. Except for their 7,600 ducats of debt, that's a little disconcerting. We need to push this up 5 times its current value within 100 years. That can be done though. I mean, 100 years isn't too long to multiply your money by 5. Might include having to take over a lot more overseas provinces than intended. But I really need to solidify this area under my control, or else it's not going to look so hot for me. Interestingly though, truce-breaking England wouldn't garner a coalition around here. But I mean, really, we've got a truce with just about everyone who's anyone. Perhaps we should start thinking about other avenues of expansion. Jake, you can set a rival. No shortage of enemies around here, and Russia just earned that more than anybody else. Alright, get our fleet all ready to grab our troops back home. We need to regain that manpower, which is going to take a few years. During those times we can fight fairly low-key wars to grab things, but still. Our enemies are strong. You never normally see this situation in a game because there's plenty of time for me to grow strong, but since we had to fight uphill wars all the way to where we are right now, we're in a bit of a pickle. But that's fun. That is definitely in the spirit of the game. I should get myself some more charters and really focus on squeezing out the money. Jake, your pirates are lazy. They shouldn't be. I told them to go home at war, but no, I told them specifically to go there. Well, let's get privateering because Bordeaux deserves to be ours. You guys can join them. Bordeaux deserves that fate. So I need to rip Russia's face off. Again, what a shame they allied France. Well, I just gotta get good. You don't have a truce with France, Jake. Yeah, but they still have a lot of buddies that would help them out right now. And Castile is also allied to them, so that's another concern. That's probably what's keeping France from attacking me. But still, when it comes to the English Channel, I just need to grab Antwerpen, which I can probably get through threat and war. And Holland. Heck, I could probably grab the two through just going to war. Of course, there's that truce in the way, but minor details. Liège, interestingly enough, did not partake in all this. So we might as well grab a little something for ourselves. It's not in the English Channel, which is a shame, but it's what we're talking about. Hardly any aggressive expansion for it. I wonder if there's anybody else that wasn't... There we go. Bring it all to us, please. Nobody can stand up to us. So glad I was able to hold on to my subjects, though. It's only because I had a country inside of me with cores that were my culture that I was able to get out of that relatively unscathed. But I was still fairly scathed. I actually need a claim on this in order to actually demand it. So what I'm going to do is say, focus your claim entirely on Holland here. That'll help me out. And then I can threaten for it. I want to threaten for this as well. So much I want. I just want everything. Is that really a crime? Aragon, I do not have a truce with. But getting Messina off of them... Well, I'll be able to get it. Since they recently gave into threat, I'll be able to get it when that wears off. Bureaucratic despotism now calls to me. I can't even remember what that can do for me. But I'll end up being a republic and I'll lose all my legitimacy, which is doing me good things right now. Maybe. Russia, of course, explaining to me that the feeling is mutual when it comes to the whole rivalry business. Whilst I continue to eye up, what can I do? It's looking all very western over in Vijayanagar, so I'd have my work cut out for me if I was able to start taking all this on. Plus the autonomy would be pretty hard, but that Indian trade is very tempting. And now that there is imperialism, it's very tempting to just go for it. We certainly have the launch pad to go into there and just start taking over India. The thing is, now I really need the money, and... well, when don't I need the money? I can take Mogadishu and Oman to really secure all this. Actually, why don't I take on Oman? They're technologically very inferior. And now that we actually have fairly good administrative efficiency, all the fear of people hating us is going to go as well. Aggressive expansion goes down with that. Okay, it's a little risky, but we'll do that. Because there's not much expansion I can do in Europe right now. Whereas there are plenty of people over here willing to die. Start with Ceylon, Jake. Yeah, I could start here and just start making my way up. But they are protectorate of Vijayanagar, so forget that. Okay, so Operation Make Loads of Money. It has now become clear that although we are pretty damn awesome, Mogadishu pirating me to hell in Zanzibar is a shame. We're pretty awesome, but we need to chill out a bit and be... we should take this as... what can I say? I've just been beaten to hell and back. Also, all that land that I spent so long developing. Oof. And God, they're gonna ally France, aren't they? That's exactly what they would do. Neutral, neutral. Well, Denmark is going to get friends. There's no doubt about that. But we're just gonna have to kill them. I'm actually enjoying this. There's a lot of pressure in it to get in 100 years. Be making 500 ducats a month. I'm gonna have to squeeze everything I can. And whilst manpower is at negative 14,000, that presents itself some obvious problems. Now, where are all those ships that I sent away? Thankfully, Denmark is Norse, so no one is going to care about me annexing them. I also need to think if there are claims that I should be putting down and threatening for. You there, you still have the truce with me. But I should be threatening war left and right wherever it works to my advantage. Not against the Ottomans, though. That I can't really do. Naples, though. We don't have a border, but we will when I grab Messina. And I still want my adventure island. The Ottomans won't help you, but I just want it, you know? Yeah, shouldn't get silly here. There is money that I need to make here. Jake, converting that Scandinavian land will take some time. Attack Russia as soon as possible. Yeah, something about a lengthy truce and an alliance with France. Kind of turns me on there. Now the Omani fleet is probably plenty to take me down, since that's one of the things they're pretty good at. We'll have a look at them. Not something that I'm really wanting to take on without the assistance of my fleet. It's maybe not the best idea to send my whole fleet, but, you know, in for a penny, in for a pounding. My fleet isn't all that useful in Europe. Handy, but far from vital. I'm also going to remember that I need to integrate Oldenburg before all is said and done. At the moment it's going to take 20 years. It's going to take a bit more when I start gobbling up more land for them. Or, yep. Mogadishu, though, I'm going to destroy you for what you did to me. Trade efficiency is better, but it can fire again if I take that one. No, no time for sad music. We can still win this. That's troubling. France is now defender of the Catholic faith. Hopefully, it'll bring them into some horrible wars, but that's probably not how it's going to go down. So let's get people over there ready to crush Oman, since I need to secure these wealthy trading routes. I'll probably just annex Oman, since the more control I have over it, the better. But it's dependent on aggressive expansion, not really dependent on the other thing. Yes, fantastic with words, I know. Not so much dependent on coring cost, because we have great reduction of coring costs now. Oh, excellent. Gaining all that prestige back from that horrifically lost war. But that's just how it goes. I might be not half bad at this game, but I'm not infallible. As we have just very, 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 very clearly seen. But then the pressure is on here, and I refuse to lose. Especially when Syracuse, Ah, shoot, didn't I convert these provinces? They're going to convert them right back. I guess I never did get around to bells. Okay, no, they still have religious zeal for me, but they'll probably still have time to reconvert them. Which is a bit of a shame, but what are you going to do? We need to get the British Isles converted, as painful as it's going to be. Merchant guilds, not so hot here. I want it to be owned by the clergy. They might just help us out. Sorry, you guys. Come on, clergy. Maybe a generous donation will make you rethink how much you want to help me there. Gonna roll again because I really want a siege general on my side. There we go. And I can just fire the excess, of which there's none, which is rather nice. Didn't expect this to need so many everything to take down though. All sorted. There's a lot to do in 100 years, but it's such a strange feeling to actually have to do things towards the end of the game. It's a nice feeling as well. So if I grab all this, what are we looking at? Not that much aggressive expansion with all these people, but there's not much point in grabbing these non-coastal provinces as I think about it, since I'll be grabbing a bulk of the coast as it is. And besides, they're really underdeveloped, underloved, undercared for. If I really want them, I can come back at a later date. For now, I'm taking the money. I'm taking all the money. Hope you don't mind. Now, I can't quite remember. These aren't part of a trade company region, are they? No. Which means the religion is going to be a problem, and a problem that I'm unlikely to be able to convert anytime soon. So I'll just give them all the autonomy they could ever want. But we need control over the Gulf of Aden, or else we're in for a pretty rough time. Sind is looking pretty big and strong there, but this will help us out somewhat. Glorious Yemen. Just just wondering if I should launch an attack over on India now or later. Jake Socotra. Wow, I completely forgot about Socotra there. That's a shame. But, you know what? We're a threatening individual. We could probably threaten for it at a later date. Also allows me to get a claim on some stuff here, but then again, I don't really need it. Don't really need it at all. People don't care about all this. It's a shame that Kafa's involved when it comes to Mogadishu, but when the big coalition truce is over, I'll have lots of people to chip away at anyway. So you two, France and Russia. All buddy-buddy, are we? How about you, France and Castile? Not so buddy-buddy. But it's probably better that you two are friends rather than enemies, because I'll get called into one side. The Castilian defensive side. And, well, despite that, I am going to sabotage your reputation. I wish I could sow discontent and have some real effect on you, but it's not going to have an effect on you. Whew. Still difficult times. Maybe I should just start picking off these guys in India. I need to get my foot in that door pretty swiftly. Alright, let's tap into that inner world conquester. World conqueror, rather. Whew, it's been a while since I've had to feel the pressure, and it's a great feeling. And I'm glad I can share it with all 759 of you on this wonderful weekend. Because sometimes these games do get way too easy, especially towards the end of them, but this time, heck no. Challenge from start to finish. Even though we're kind of big and strong, we've been so disadvantaged from the start that there's a lot that has to be done. Shame my army's got so ravaged as well. It would be really handy if I had more units to work with over here. But there are some... Okay, right, I can make my way in through several avenues here, thanks to Vijayanagar still being relatively crushed. I should also make separate pieces here, or rather piece at the same time with as many of them as I can, so that I... oh, that's just wonderful. So that I don't risk the Indians banding together against me. Because they might see me conquering the land and decide that they need to ally against me. So let's just kill and keep moving. Portugal over there in Goa. Wonderful thing about that is when I grab this, I can probably threaten war over Goa. Since it's low development and that's what they look at. Good to see my sword still giving me a run for my money. Also unfortunate to see that I'm running with a crappy general here, but I got that sorted. Because I'll use 2 generals. Gotta hand it to Valentin Bang. He did a good job. It's just a shame that the numbers we were fighting were kinda hopeless. Yeah, you know what, I said all that about fighting individually, but nope. Give it all to me. I want to get coring on the double, just so it gets done faster. Again, I can add them to the company, increase autonomy, and core it, and I won't have to worry about revolt at all. And that's Mysore down. I do have to worry about the rebels slightly, but I'll just kill them. Squish. Take the land, take the money. And it's important to keep an eye on the aggressive expansion I'll be getting from all of this, because I really don't want to be facing problems across the globe when it comes to this. Also Portugal, I think that land that you claim as yours is mine. Might seem a bit of a waste to increase autonomy, but like I said, it ticks down fast enough. So who's next?